reason you can't get it right. Every time he said it, and I think he said it 9 times in 20 minutes, I thought M&M was going to explode. It was almost as if the dry cleaner was mocking M's gazpacho. And it's his special recipe. He brings it every week. After the 3rd or 4th time he said gazpacho, I said, "It's good gazpacho," saying it correctly with a hard G, hoping he'd realize his stupid mistake, but he just kept on as if I was saying it wrong. Even Donatella Versace says it right, and she says everything wrong. Well, when conversation finally started flowing, it was not pleasant. It started harmlessly enough with Siegfried or Roy asking why Paula hangs out with her dry cleaner. Were they friends before and now he just happens to dry clean her clothes? Did they start chatting when she went to pick up her outfits, as he called them? And if so, why wouldn't her assistant pick up her outfits? Paula just stared at Siegfried or Roy with this kind of knowing smile on her face, like she was on to him, you know, the way Paula does. Well, this unnerved everyone, and I think the dry cleaner got a little defensive on Paula's behalf. He started questioning Siegfried or Roy on his own outfits. And from there it led to why Tara Lipinski was wearing her outfit. Tara didn't understand what he was talking about. It's all she ever wears. The whole thing escalated into someone, I suspect it was the silent but deadly Paula, throwing a pork chop, which missed everyone at our table, but flew clear into the other room, hitting Gloria Steinem in the eye. She screamed out, "Okay, M&M, you misogynist," assuming it was him. I honestly can't say who it really was because I was getting another helping of cream corn when it happened. But anyway, all hell broke loose, and it ended with everyone leaving at once. In all the confusion, Ed Begley Jr. backed his electric car into Donatella Versace's Bentley. Those electric cars sure can build up speed. It did some damage, but not as much as M&M driving over my lawn in his Le Mans and plowing down my newly planted rose garden. The dry cleaner was at Siegfried or Roy's car exchanging cleaning tips, and I was left with the mess to clean up. Well, my housekeeper was, but still. Tara Lipinski called this morning to see if she left her purse. I told her she didn't come with a purse, and she argued she did indeed come with a purse. I said, "No, you didn't. We all commented on your skating attire like you were getting ready to perform or something, remember?" She said, "Oh, is that what you meant by you don't have a rink?" I'm sorry I answered so rudely. I didn't get the joke. Everyone always wants me to skate for them, so I just assumed you were expecting me to skate. I said, "No, it was a joke." She said, "Oh," and laughed hysterically until she started choking and whispered she had to go and hung up. A few minutes later, I found a purse in my kitchen and felt so bad I had been so adamant about her not having one. I opened it, hoping to find a phone number for her, but when I found the driver's license, it was Gloria Steinem's. Only her real name is Debbie. Oh, the secrets we keep. Next Sunday should be interesting. That's why prison wouldn't be so bad. Sometimes when I'm trying to get dressed, I find myself just staring at my clothes for an hour. I have not a clue as to what I should put on. It is so hard to decide what to wear. And it got me thinking, that's why prison wouldn't be so bad. Sometimes I don't want to be a grown-up. I don't want to have too many obligations. I don't want responsibilities or deadlines. In prison, I wouldn't have to make any decisions. Life would be so simple. It's true that the beds don't look very comfortable and they only have those wool blankets. They're itchy. Oh, and the lack of privacy with the bathroom situation, I'd hate that. Then again, they do have TV and a gym. I'd be in excellent shape, probably better than the time I trained for a marathon. They have a fantastic physical conditioning program, and it's outdoors. How refreshing. They call it the exercise yard, a yard dedicated to getting fit. You always hear that people in prison are really muscular, but I don't think I'd use the exercise yard for that. I'd probably just want to work on my abs and my cardiovascular. You probably have to bring your own towel and workout gloves, but that's the price you pay for absolutely no responsibility. There's also the fact that the food is free, and I always think free food tastes the best. Like when you go to those hotel managers' receptions, even though the food is taquitos and Swedish meatballs, they're free and actually pretty good. The thing with prison food that might worry me is that someone might try to poison a prisoner and I might accidentally get the plate that was meant for the intended victim. That would be bad. But let's just say I lived through that. Well, then I could probably live through just about anything. Think what a strong constitution I'd have. And probably a new zest for life. What's so bad about prison? That's what I want to know. I suppose I'd probably have to be someone's bitch. Unless, of course, I got in with the right crowd in the beginning. Still, I'm sure I'd have to do stuff I wouldn't want to do, like rub people's prison feet. Or clean the bathroom with a toothbrush. Maybe I'm thinking of Private Benjamin or Stripes. I get prison movies confused with Army movies. They both have lights out. By the way, lights out would be fine with me. I have an itty-bitty book light that I could use to read old magazines because I think you only get old magazines in jail. I wouldn't have to keep up to date anyway. Doing time means not knowing what time or day it is. I doubt I'd even wear a watch. The guards tell you when to do everything. To me, that's just another prison perk. I'd never be late for an appointment. And conversely, I'd never be early. I hate getting somewhere too early because I never know what to do with myself. Prison makes so much sense. It seems like I'm the only one who's figured out how great it would be. Granted, it's probably not all that it's cracked up to be. For one thing, I most likely would get into at least one fight, even if I kept to myself and minded my own business. I've heard of those pillowcase fights they have in prison, but they're not the kind that you have at a slumber party. They fill up the cases with soda cans and beat you severely. That's an ingenious weapon when you think about it. That's really making the most of your resources. I hope I don't get beaten. They say your best offense is a great defense, so I'd definitely have to be tough in prison. I would probably start smoking. That's not good, but it would give me something to trade. I bet I'd get a lot more reading done. I'd become a lot smarter by catching up on the classics. You know, I've never read The Sound and the Fury. Prison would be the perfect opportunity, and I could finally get my GED, finally graduate from high school. Wait a minute. I already graduated. I guess I could get my bachelor's degree and then my master's, maybe a PhD in something. I could really make a lot of money when I get out. Also think of how many great friends I would make. Lifelong friends. I'd be sure not to make any friends that were in for petty theft. It would be too hard on me to lose them when they get paroled. If I did make friends that were in for a small-time crime, hopefully they would be repeat offenders. Then every time they get released, I could look forward to seeing them in the near future.